Hello, hello, friends. We are here live. It is Friday, March 31st, 2023, and we are here for the daily transmission. Say hello when you arrive. I am a few minutes late today because my internet is just being a little weird. But y'all, I am consistently blown away by how the moment matches the astrology. I've been doing this for a long time now, and it gets to the point where I'm able to predict things before they happen, which is also a very weird thing to say out loud, but it's true. And so I think it's only appropriate that we talk about the 21st gene key today, since that's where the sun is, and point out that this is all going down at the same time where we're having this epic talk about fucking TikTok. Now, the 21st gene key, this is called the way of authority. And so we go from the shadow of control to the city of valor. And I really think that it's just such an iconic, whatever, this is exactly what's going on right now, isn't it? The whole TikTok thing, first of all, I think it's on the surface, it's truly laughable. Anybody who watched those hearings, obviously, you can, or even just clips of those hearings, you can see that the people who are in charge, the people who are trying to make laws about these things, have no clue what they're even fucking talking about. They have just no concept. And so on the surface, if it was only TikTok, right, then I'm who cares? I'm really not worried about it. We have had the internet and communication longer than we've had TikTok. We'll adapt, we'll evolve, we will innovate. I keep seeing people post on Facebook about, go search for France on Instagram and then go search for France on TikTok, and you'll see a big difference, and you will. And yes, that is definitely a big part of the reason that they want to ban TikTok. But I knew about everything that's going on in France from Reddit and from the progressive independent media that I follow, because they have been reporting on this since the moment it happened. Same thing with East Palestine. Heard about it. I don't even use TikTok because it's so overstimulating. I'll lose my fucking life there for hours and hours. So whatever. But there's all these other things that are wrapped up in this law that they're trying to propose. Things like you can't use a VPN, which I don't even know. I don't mean to laugh or make light, but here's my take on it. And I shared this with my fiance because he's pretty worried about it. And I can understand. It is absolutely an attack on, First Amendment freedoms. It is absolutely an attack on your freedom of speech. And your freedom of access to information and freedom of the press. It's ridiculous what is happening right now. But here's my take on this. Let them do it. Let them do it, y'all. Let them be in the shadow of control. Let them think that this is gonna do anything good for them, because all this is gonna do is unify people from all sides. Because I know some of the more listening to true crime, this isn't I don't consume true crime as much anymore. I'm very picky about what it is that I will listen to, just so that I can keep my own mental health and my perception of the world a little bit more positive. But obviously still aware of current events. Hello, look at what we're talking about. But so when you're in the true crime world, there is an inherent glorification of police. It's definitely propagandized to a point. And when you're consuming true crime, you have to be really, you have to know who it is that is produced. When you're consuming anything, please hear me. When you're consuming any content, especially content that is presenting itself as informational and is trying to teach you something or inform you about something, please know who that person is, who it is that made it, whether they're on camera or not. you need to know who it is that's producing the content, because that's how you know. You can't understand the lens through which, like, what their intention is until you understand, right, their agenda. So anyway, when you're consuming true crime content, you know, there's a lot of people on both sides. Like, there's people who are more like progressive, you know, Democrat, left, like blue team, what, I don't fucking care. And, you know, for reform and justice and, you know, reforming the criminal justice system and prison reform and things like that. And a lot of those people, when you listen to their podcasts, they will have sponsorships and things like that. And for a great many of them, they will use things like Ring or, you know, what is it? Safety. Oh, I can't remember right now. Somebody in the comments who watches or listens to true crime, I know you already know what I'm talking about. Simply Safe. Done. I already did it. Simply Safe. It's like, it's an alarm system or something. So there's that one, right? And VPNs. And similarly, people who are like hardcore conservative true crime podcast creators, they also same sponsorships, right? I'm only using this to highlight the example, like to give you a clear cut, like, look, it's already, like, you can see evidence that people across the line, right, across the aisle, use these tools and believe in the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press and the freedom of access to information. This line here from the 21st Gene Key, I had to highlight it. It just made me laugh because, right, this gives context. The Gene Keys come from the I Ching, right? The I Ching is a very old Chinese form of, he says it was originally used to help people govern their culture and the whole nation, in fact, right? And so I won't get into like the whole mechanics of the Gene Keys right this second, but I love how this says, rulers who are forceful may get what they want for a while, but eventually their empires will crumble. And that's why I say, do it. Fucking do it. Go ahead, ban TikTok. Go ahead. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when you try to take away people's access to information, even though you're not, because people will find a way. People will find a way. Like, people have been communicating in secret without the government knowing since before the fucking internet existed. All right, so you're not going to take away the flow and the spread of information. That's a ridiculous, you think that's not authority. That's not leadership. That's not doing anything. You're trying to constrict and control. And this one, you're not going to really be able to like argue your position. I guess I'm talking to the government now. I'm talking straight to you. Now you've got Mama Capricorn. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, you're not going to stop the flow of information. Okay, stop TikTok, sure. Like, okay, maybe they're going to get so mad. And it's not just about TikTok. And the people who are paying attention know that. This is about that, like, all of the conspiracy theories that people have like thrown out there for a long time, like, they can see you through your camera, even when you're not accessing it, or even when you're not having something on, like, that will be true. Like, with this law, like, if you go and you read like the fine print, okay, like, they're going to fine anyone. It's like $250,000, like years in prison for accessing a VPN. What? Do it. Oh my gosh. I feel like doing that. Actually, let me just say this, and whatever, this is a very hot take that's just coming right out of my mouth. I feel like this would be the more unifying thing to ban than guns, right? Like, people want to ban guns. I don't even want to talk about that right now. Like, I honestly don't even know how I feel about that at this. I don't own guns. I don't like guns. I don't want guns. I don't use guns. love it if they would just disappear, but that's probably not a realistic thing. But people are really, obviously pushing for this right now. Like there's, this amazing protest in Tennessee. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but it was huge. And it seemed to be like across the aisle, and that's pretty cool. But I just don't think that there will be the public outrage across the board for guns as I do believe that there will be for information and TikTok, and then having access to like all of your text messages, and like it's completely, it's like full Big Brother, like access to your information level fucking situation. And so that's why I just like, I don't know. I know that maybe this is like the 51 in me, because that's my my 4 prime gifts, right? I've got 51, which we're going to talk about in like a week, 2 weeks, I don't remember, but 51 is coming. And it's shock, right? It's like blah. And yeah, I say bring it on, because I do think that this will be something that would unify people and get people to realize, oh, the government actually doesn't give a fuck about your best interest. They care about having control and maintaining their capital and maintaining their power. And well, that's not serving any of us or serving me, or there are way more of us than there are of them. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all. This is a powerful enough message that I think that I'm gonna end it here. Y'all, we got a full moon in Libra coming up next week. We could really use it too. So let's think good things, let's think positive things, but let's always hold the understanding and the faith that no matter what the perceived, right, no matter what the societal authority attempts to like do to control you, that you have autonomy, you have personal authority. Like, nope. Like, and we collectively have so much more power than they do. And that's the part that we need to all get together and understand. And that it's not you versus me or red versus blue, or nope, it is the people returning power to ourselves, power to the people. I don't even want to say us, like the people versus the man, because no, we don't even need to be versus. We just need to, it's like, this is no longer like something that I'm willing to entertain. Like, I don't know. That's it. Love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you on Monday for the next transmission. Unless the government deletes my Instagram, in which case there are all kinds of other places you can find me, right? Okay, I'll see you there. Bye, friends.